Today, I pulled out a few journals and decided that I was going to work on building dynamic, intuitive abstract paintings with focus on building layers because layers are wonderful. They create beautiful energy and depth in any abstract painting. So both of these paintings are expressive and intuitive, so I had no plan. I was just focusing on painting loosely and letting the marks that I put down onto the paper guide me. So in this video, I am going to talk about why layers are such an important part of abstract painting and let you in on my thought process throughout these two paintings as well. So I started this painting with those black marks that I put down in the beginning there, and I just kept pressing down on that tip to make the paint come out faster, and that's why the paint was so wet. And it was just really fun to just use my heat gun to make those lines spread out all over the place. I thought it looked kind of cool. And then I just came in with that light bluish green color there with my paintbrush before I pulled out the palette knife, and you see me working with it now using that Titan Buff. I haven't used Titan Buff in ages, and it used to be my favorite color in the whole world. So a little side note here, if you don't have Titan Buff and you want to create it yourself, it's really easy to do. But there are multiple versions of it, so you kind of have to try and see which version you like the best. So what you do is you get some titanium white and you mix it with a tiny amount of either raw sienna, raw umber, or yellow ochre. And it's just this really warm, natural off-white color, and it's ideal for like muted tones or reducing color intensity without making them too cool. All right, so I kind of just finished off this layer and then I switched books. So for this next painting, I pulled out my large journal because I had mixed so much paint. I don't know what I was thinking about, but anyhow, I decided that for this painting, I wanted the colors to be different from the last one. So I'm using the same colors, it's just that I want another color to dominate more. So that's why I started coming in with that red ochre. And yeah, I know it might not look exactly like red ochre. I'm just calling it that because I just threw the color together myself by mixing some of that yellow and the blue with a lot of red. And then I just stopped when it hit a color that I like. So it might be a little bit more orangey than red ochre. Anyhow, I am just coming in with the different blues to see how they work together. So the first blue that I put down is just ultramarine, and I think it's Titan Buff actually. I don't think I used white there. And I really like how it turned out. And I love it in combination with the bluish green that I created. So yeah, I'm really happy with those two colors working together. And the yellow, I was like, oh no, I wish I hadn't used it because I didn't like it at all. But as always, when I'm in my journal, I just like to explore. So I figured just go with it. And if it stops, me from getting any progress, I'll just kind of work over it and remove it. So that's what I did. So when I work in two books like this, I like to just switch books pretty often. I find it really helps me stay out of my head, out of perfectionism. And yeah, it's a really good way to just stop focusing on all of the negative thoughts that are in your head all the time. To separate these two even more, I actually pulled out a stencil. And this is so much fun because I can't remember the last time I worked with stencils. And I love this stencil. I used to use it so much. And yeah, it was really fun pulling it out and just placing it over that reddish color. I love that combination. So this is something that I'm definitely going to do again. I used to use stencils a lot on all of my paintings because they can give a really nice and subtle texture to a painting. The first thing that hit me when I pulled out this book again was those marks that I had muted. So I pulled out my acrylic marker and just decided to bring some of those marks back and maybe create a few new ones. My body was also just craving that contrast, and I listened to that. So when my body or my gut is telling me to bring in more of those marks, I listen to that because that is me being honest, and that is really important. So always listen to your gut, especially when you're working in the most intuitive part of your painting. Yeah, so when I pulled out the large book again, I could totally see that there was way too little contrast going on here. I only have that red that is, a significant contrast to anything in this painting. So that's why I decided to use some time and add some of that darker blue that I had there. So for this next one, I could only think about pushing that yellow back because I still don't like the combination of the blue and the yellow. And I actually think it worked, even though I put a pretty light color over that yellow. It did really push it back. So that was really fun to see. And I do like the combination between the light blue green and the yellow, but I do not like the darker blue against the yellow. I don't know, it just gives me like a bad vibe or something. Yellow and blue together is just not a favorite combination of mine. So as soon as I see this painting, I'm liking it way more than I did the last time I was painting on it because of the dark blue. But I still feel like it needed more contrast. So that's why I'm bringing in that burnt sienna again. And I'm really liking the shapes that I made at the top there. So I'm trying to recreate them further down on the painting here. And I also love the combination between that dark blue and the burnt sienna. I think they work really well together. So with this painting, I am really starting to get in my head. I feel like there's too much going on and I'm adding even more. But at least I'm adding something that's a bit darker than all of these light colors that are kind of just, I don't know, they're just like in your face on the top of the painting. So the line does help in that sense. So yeah, I just keep going, trying to, make it work. Yeah, and that's when I realized that I should be pulling the tape off because it's going to help me see this painting in a different light. And then there's this one. Now I just feel like it's boring compared to the other one. The other one is crazy, right? And this is like way more calm. Anyhow, I just come in with this light burnt sienna. I just added some white to it. And yeah, I like the lines. I think the lines are working, but I'm not sure about the color choice. So my camera stopped on me and I didn't get to film those lines that I made in that same color as I did on the larger one. But I pulled the tape off and I was so surprised that it wasn't more chaotic than it was. And, I was actually liking it, except for those pinkish lines, the burnt sienna lines. I don't like that color in there. But overall, it's not bad. So, yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. I hadn't used my fine liner in ages because I mostly use it in my journal. And for some reason, I haven't been using it in my journal at all. So it was really nice to just pull it out and have some fun and make some lines in there, and yeah, just add some more craziness to it. And yeah, it's not my favorite painting of all time, but I think it works. And I was really happy with the result. So now I just felt like it needed more contrast. So I just come in with some of that blue, and I'm just like adding a few touches of it here and there. Nothing like big, just something that would balance it out and just create more contrast, because I felt like it was missing a lot of contrast. The first thing I notice when I look at this one again is that it has no messy marks. So I decided to just like go a bit crazy and just make some messy marks that were different from all of the other marks that were already there. And yeah, it didn't hurt that I covered up some of that yellow that I wasn't crazy about. I also came in with more of the stencil marks because I felt like they had kind of disappeared from the whole painting. And I really liked the combination of the darker blue and the lighter blue. So that was another reason for me to add more of that stencil. And since I still had to deal with those, I want to call them burnt sienna lines again, those light lines again, I decided to try and make some more sense out of them because they were there. I just, I needed to create some kinds of balance to make them work better. And yeah, I think it kind of worked at the end, even though I'm not thrilled about those lines. They work better now than they did in the beginning. So I give the painting a last look, and it still needs more contrast. So I come in with more of that burnt sienna, and I think it really balanced it out once I got the contrast in there. It's crazy what contrast can do. So yeah, I was kind of happy with it. I'm not in love with it, but I think it's working, and that is the goal. I mean, the goal is just for me to practice layers, right? And that is exactly what I did. So before I go, I want to talk a bit about why layers are so important. Layers give painting a sense of history. They let your earlier decisions stay present in your painting instead of you covering everything up. And without layers, a painting can feel flat, not just visually, but also emotionally. So layers create depth, complexity, and tension. And they give our eye more things to discover over time. It's what keeps us looking at a painting. Layers allow a painting to breathe because parts of it can recede or come forward, disappear, and reappear. And all of that is possible when you know how colors and values and all of those things work together. So in an abstract paintings, Layers are often where the conversation with the painting begins. Each layer affects the ones around it, right? Even when they are partially hidden, it still influences the final painting. So layers help create variety. So you have the soft against sharp, transparent against opaque, quiet against active, right? So that is why layers are so incredibly important in a painting. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching me work in my journal. I know I had a good time, and it was about time. I needed to just sit down and do something that wasn't so serious this week.